Do you really think Ethereum and PulseChain aren't going to pump? You really think that when you don't see this obvious trend that's right in front of you? I'm going to point you to Larry Fink. Yep, I'm going to do an appeal to authority. If you don't know Larry Fink, he's the CEO of BlackRock. He owns all the assets. Okay, he owns all the money. The largest asset manager in the world. Obviously, he's a bug eater, World Economic Forum type. But watch what he does, and you could follow and see the trend that's just so obvious. Okay, Ethereum. What is it? It's digital oil. What is Bitcoin? It's digital gold. Why is digital oil more useful? Well, how often do you use gold in your life? Maybe you have a gold chain. How often do you use oil in your life? Do you drive a car? Wow. Food for thought. Food for thought. Now, I already talked about how all the stable coins are moving on chain. And what chain are they moving on? What do all the stable coins run on? They run on Ethereum. Okay? Billions of dollars of government money, US dollars, digital US dollars. Those are called stable coins. They launch on Ethereum, not Bitcoin. What is PulseChain? It's a clone of Ethereum. So from my point of view, the trend is that the world's moving on chain, and they're moving on to the most useful chain, the digital oil chain, Ethereum. Okay, these are digital railroads, and PulseChain is just another one. It's horizontal scaling for when inevitably Ethereum gets full. Like we've already seen Ethereum gas fees shoot up way too high because too many people are using ETH. So they can use a parallel clone of Ethereum that's cheaper and faster. It's called PulseChain. It just seems obvious that these digital railroads are only going to gain value. These are the infrastructure that's being built. That's only going to gain value because the entire world is moving on chain. Not only stablecoins, but RWAs. Okay, this stands for real world assets. Now, Larry Fink talks a lot about, he's a major proponent of RWA tokenization. He wants to tokenize everything. Your real estate, the deed for your house, make it a token, make it an NFT, put it on the blockchain. Your stocks, your equities, your Apple stock, make it a token. Why? Because then you can trade it 24/7. You've got better management, better trackability, traceability, better global access worldwide. If we're all on one public ledger or a couple different public ledgers, you don't have to have all these centralized databases that could go down, they can get hacked. It's easier to tokenize stuff, and blockchains are like the digital source of truth. A blockchain is just a digital ledger that keeps track of every transaction that everyone's ever done. And now Fink envisions a future where every stock, every bond, every real estate thing, every commodity, oil, uranium, whatever, there's going to be a token version of all these. They're going to be centralized. Yeah, they're probably going to have an off switch, but you can bet on the infrastructure. For once, you can bet on the actual oil, the railroad. It's like you just discovered a massive plot of land where there's oil everywhere, and the settlers are coming out west, but they're not here yet. And that's PulseChain. And that's actually Ethereum too, believe it or not. Ethereum has a long way to go. You could 4 or 5x from here. Because if the entire world's value is going on chain, there's going to be enough money to go around. There's going to be enough that you can get a slice of the pie that might be significant one day. The vision is that BlackRock aims to tokenize $110 trillion of stocks and bonds with Ethereum as a potential platform for stablecoins and DeFi apps. Yeah, those two. So the tokenization of the market, from stocks to bonds to real estate, is coming. If we can solve one problem, the problem is digital verification. Yeah, that's coming. Don't worry about it. Technology is getting better. Take a look at this graph, okay? $4 trillion. That's crypto. Gold is 11 trillion. Stocks are 100 trillion. M2 money supply, dollars, USD, 108 trillion. And then real estate, big real estate bubble, 340 trillion. This is today in 2025. Now imagine every one of these big buckets spilling over into this little tiny crypto bucket. Why would they do that? Because there's going to be tokenized versions of all these. So if people want to trade digital tokenized Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, or digital versions of their houses, they're all going to have to use a common network. And that common network isn't just Ethereum, it's the Ethereum virtual machine. So PLS, PulseChain, they run the EVM machine too. And there's a lot of these blockchains, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon. The only thing with these is that a lot of them are semi-centralized from a technical point of view, and a lot of them are just a lot older. They've already had their big pumps. I'm telling you about the early stuff, the new stuff. PulseChain's 2 years old. All these other popular EVM chains are like 4, 5, 6+ years old. So it's PulseChain's first cycle. You're grabbing digital real estate. The trend is right in front of you. And just imagine these big old blocks, okay, flowing into crypto. Real estate will become crypto in a way. Obviously, there's still going to be houses, but you're going to be trading these houses in a more efficient way. We might be very far off. It might be 5 or 10 years early, but that's good. That's what you want, because by the time everyone's there, you'll have a piece of your land and you could sell it back. It's like people that bought, you ever see like a parking lot in a giant city that hasn't been sold yet? And you're like, oh, that parking lot looks really out of place there. All these big high rises around it. You got this just little plot of land that some dude probably bought like 150 years ago. And you look it up and you're like, oh, wow. Yeah, that little tiny plot of land, it's worth millions of dollars. And some dude whose great grandpa bought it 150 years ago, well, they probably made hundreds of X's of ROI, but you don't even need to wait that long because everything's happening faster now. The rates of adoption of technology are happening faster and faster on an exponential curve. So you don't have to wait a whole generation to see returns. You could wait a couple of years and see returns for PulseChain and Ethereum. So look at this trend, guys. I'm only highlighting Larry Fink, but a lot of people agree that real world asset tokenization, stocks, bonds, real estate, cash, stable coins, everything, it's moving on chain. It's moving on to Ethereum and other stuff like Ethereum. So don't overcomplicate this. Buy the new stuff that's just like the old stuff, but horizontal scaling. Okay, the McDonald's gets full on the corner, you build another McDonald's or you build a Burger King. Okay, that's all we're doing, horizontal scaling. The Ethereum highway has too much traffic. So Mr. Richard Hart, the founder, built a new road, a new highway. It's called PulseChain. You can get on it before it's too late. It's up to you. Look, I'm just pointing out the trend here. You've got to make the decision at the end of the day. Do you think that you'd regret it if you didn't get yourself a little piece of virtual land when you know that $110 trillion is going to be tokenized? And the gateway drug, what you need to buy in order to trade anything on a blockchain, by the way, is the layer 1 token. That's PLS or ETH, which is a huge bull case for these two tokens. So do you want to wake up 5 years from now and be like, oh, I knew about the real world asset thing, but I didn't act on it? Or do you want to just take the risk and have ownership in something that's right in front of you? So to me, the choice is easy. Irresponsibly long, violently long. Can't wait to see what happens in the next couple of years, even in the next 6 months. I think things are looking pretty good. Oh, by the way, if you're brand new to crypto and you want to do it right, you want to stay safe, you want to learn how to buy, how to sell, how to get a wallet, how to do crypto the right way, how to have the right mindset, check out my course if you're brand new to crypto. HexPassiveIncome.com. I made this course specifically for you if you're a newbie. It's never been a better time to learn. In fact, it will be too late at some point in the future. It's not right now. So check that out. Tokenization, guys. BlackRock, Larry Fink, biggest asset manager in the world, trillions of dollars on chain. You can be there to capture some of those gains when it all floods over to the alternative layer ones, like PulseChain and others. But PulseChain's the new one. It's more pumpable. I'll see you guys on the next video.